Hello everybody, it is Mr. Cooper here. I hope you're all well, and I am here again today to share with you some updates from FS and Primary through the Primary Principal vlog. It's been another busy few weeks here at the Academy, and I'm very excited with some of the key updates that we have put in place to really make sure the children are learning as successfully as possible, but also having a really enjoyable time in school. So first of all, last week was Flag Day, which was a fantastic opportunity for children across the school and across our community to really celebrate and begin to think about the UAE culture, to celebrate the country that we live in, and to really come together as a community. It was particularly enjoyable to see our Emiratian students participate in that and really showing how proud they are of their home country, and allowing all the children across the Academy to really participate in that and really celebrate this fantastic country that we all live and reside in at the moment. Secondly, one of the key fantastic things this morning that I walked into was on brand new FS play areas. Now, obviously at the moment we can't get those children out there yet, but we're working on that over the next few days to really allow the children to get outside and explore. But the developments and the investment that we've put into that is really showing now, and the final touches are being added to those play areas to really make sure we develop an outside space that is engaging, immersive, and really allows that learning to flow from the classroom out into those play spaces. And so if you are an FS parent and you were dropping off your child this morning, as you were exiting through the doors, you will have seen the new surface that's been laid out and the new equipment that has been installed that's really going to play a key part in the future learning of our students in FS. So that's really something exciting to see, and it was amazing to see that all pop up over the past few weeks. So a really exciting update in FS. One of the key things in primary that we've seen popping up so far was our learning ladders. And you'll hear a lot about learning ladders. In fact, you'll probably be a bit sick of hearing about it, but that's for a good reason, because we really want to push learning ladders. I know Mr. Douglas spoke about this on Thursday, about how important it is to log on, and I just wanted to spend time today to really make sure that all our parents are logged on and have viewed their child's progress, because that is the key portal online for you to understand just how well your child is performing this year, the progress that they're making, and also the things that you can do at home to support your children. So obviously learning ladders, you will have received a link to create an account for Learning Ladders at Home. Ladders at Home it is called, where you can now log on and see live data to do with the children that you send to our school and the Academy. Within that, there are some key parts that I wrote about in my blog in the newsletter on Thursday. One of them really is that the objectives. So when you log in, you will get a summary of all the different objectives that your child is working on currently. And within the box, it will talk to you about the objective, and it will give you a tick or a timer in the top corner. The tick tells you that the child has completed that objective and can do it. And the timer refers to the child that they're still working on that objective. So they're still focusing and learning and in the progress of meeting that objective. If you go down onto the web page and click on goals, you can actually search through each subject. And previously we were only really able to share reading, writing, maths and science reports through our O-Track system that we used last academic year. This year, you will be able to now access all those subjects, but also on top of that, their Arabic and Islamic and their specialist subjects as well. So you're really going to be able to get a kind of 360 picture of exactly how your child is performing in all of those subjects. And each one will identify objectives that they're successful, that they've been successful at, and equally the objectives that they're still working at. Now, the key thing is what happens next, and we call this a feedback loop. So when teachers submit these assessments, they analyse this data and they look at the objectives that they're not quite meeting yet, the children, and then that feeds back into the teaching and learning. So we call that the feedback loop, where it comes back around. It's like, so how can we ensure that the children now work on those objectives that they've not quite grasped yet? How does that impact on the teaching and learning on a day-to-day basis? And so the teacher will plan new experiences for the children in order to tackle that and really make sure the children have grasped those objectives. And of course, that happens all the way through the year. What we really want to try and establish now is that feedback loop going through to our parents as well. So once you know as parents what your child is doing very well at and what your child is kind of working on next, what happens then at home? How can parents support the school and support the children in really making sure that they are progressing through those objectives? And the key aspect to that then is the articles within Learning Ladders. So when you log into your ladders at home, you will see the objective, and then underneath you will see the word articles. When you click on that, that will take you directly through to a list of objectives. You can then select each objective which takes you through to one of the articles. The article then breaks down what the objective is, why it's important, how it's taught in school, but most importantly, how you can support your child at home. It will also provide key links to activities on the internet that you can do with your child to really support their learning. And so what we really hope is that whilst this loop is happening in school, this then loop starts to happen at home. And the child then experiences this really immersive experience where, yes, they're being pushed to develop at school, which is exceptionally important, but they are also having those conversations at home and those opportunities to reinforce and really embed that learning within that context. And a lot of research out there suggests that if that happens really well, that the teaching and the learning is happening in school, but then it's being reinforced by little activities at home, that's really going to reinforce that learning overall and cement that in their long-term memory. And so we really want to push this Learning Ladders over the next few months so that we establish this routine, so that you as parents know exactly what you can do to support your child and how that feeds into school. And that's also going to make our parent meetings much more purposeful when you join us at the end of this term, at the end of November. You can then ask questions about how can I support? I already know what my child can and can't do. Now, how can I support, and how are you going to support my child further to really make sure that they are being as successful as possible? So it's really exciting. I know we keep going on and on and on about Learning Ladders, but that is the one thing that we believe is going to have the biggest impact this academic year when it comes to parent communication, so that you can log on at any time, any place, to find out exactly how your child is doing. And so, yeah, a really exciting opportunity both for our FS in their play space and also for our Learning Ladders resource for our reporting system for our primary students and parents. So very exciting to update. I know a link has gone out today. If you haven't signed up yet for Learning Ladders, please do so. And another email has gone out today. I think we had about a third of the parents at the moment have signed up. We want 100% of parents to be logged on and looking at their child's progress so far. And that will then feed into our parent meetings at the end of this month. So those are my two key updates this week. I will be back again in a couple of days at the end of the week to update you on what's been happening this week. And until then, stay safe and have a really enjoyable week. See you later.